I'm not saying that most Catholics are bad or that the church itself is bad, but I am saying that it's humans that run organizations.
Yeah, 37% of Catholics are terrible.
Probably true of any group.
Yeah. Christians, come on, the Christian Crusades.
The more power people have, the worse they are usually.
Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And it's, Sunday morning.
Once again. A whole nother week went by. I tell you, the summer's gone by faster than I don't know.
I know.
Than something that goes really fast. It's like a bullet train. We're just rushing to the end.
We just took back like their
we just returned
products. We were just our nephew Eli, who was on the podcast, and then our niece and nephew JC and Yasmin. We just took them back home yesterday. But they were here for 2 weeks, so it's gonna be a total Lucia. It's gonna be kind of quiet.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I mean, it'll be not nice that they're gone, but the quietness is always like a welcome. But it's also like it's also not
almost kind of depressing.
Yeah, because
there is an energy that comes with the noise of kids.
It is
the life,
and I think the energy, right? Like you feel that, we might not always run around with the kids and do things with them, but that their presence,
you feel them
something.
there. Yeah, absolutely. It's like when if you live alone with a pet and the pet dies, and then you come home and it's like, oh, there's just nothing.
Well, that's like what Max and Beans. We weren't always the best, dog people. We're not like those psycho dog people that take their dogs everywhere,
right.
But
you're good dog people.
But
you took care of your dog.
We took care of him to a point, obviously. But when he's not there, you're like, oh, I kind of miss that.
Yeah.
Little psycho running around, because he'd get those zoomies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And up until the end, he still would get zoomies every now and then. He would just take off.
Yeah, and his you didn't see coming.
No,
he just didn't wake up one morning, right?
Yeah, he wasn't doing it. You could tell he was kind of not feeling well, but it wasn't
nothing shocking. Just sort of.
Yeah, he had a little bit of boogie in his nose, and so we're like, okay. So we started I think we took him in, or I don't know, but it was and then the next day it was just
so weird.
Come back, breathing in his mouth. 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. I think I might have told this story before, but we went to the Whitman Mission in Walla Walla on a school trip, and there was a kid that he was kind of just always had to do something annoying and dumb. So there was this mama duck and these baby ducks in the pond at this park that we went to, and he threw a stick at the babies and it hit one.
Oh.
And the baby was all, it was jacked up. So the mom came and grabbed it and just broke its neck real quick.
And did it for her.
And he was bawling.
But he
used the stick to pull it in, and he tried to give it CPR. We're like, it's done, dude. You're not going to fix it.
That's what? That is a good actions with consequences.
It actually made me feel a lot better that he had that level of feeling towards it, because when he did it at first, I'm like, I fucking hate you. But then his level of panic and I was like, okay, you're not a sociopath or something.
Yeah, if he would have laughed or something.
Oh man, I would have drowned him. I would have
hit him with hit him with a stick.
Where's Jonathan or whatever his name is?
So we took I don't know if we talked about this last podcast, but we all went to the river a few weeks ago. Or last week, I don't remember.
If you drown a kid, I'm just
warning
you. It's probably not the place to talk about it.
So this kid really got on my nerves. R.I.P.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, this kid, he was he was on the dock and he was talking to the kids, or whatever. And so I went to go with the kids to go jump off the dock with them and stuff. And so I was walking with JJ and Yasmin, and she's like, "Ah, God, that kid's annoying." She's annoyed with him. And, and then JJ's saying stuff. And I'm like, well, kids, sometimes they're just trying to make friends. And then JJ leans over and says something to Yasmin. I'm like, hey, man, what'd you say? Oh, that's probably because he doesn't got no friends. And I was like, dude, don't say stuff like that. But I'm like, he's just trying to make friends. That's where I brought the point.
Right.
He's just trying to make friends and do this stuff. We get to the dock. I can see why that kid was annoying. And then his brothers come because he's being a weird kid. He's just a kid. He's just a kid trying to have fun.
Right.
But I can see
very
why.
social, like awkwardly social.
Just weirdly social.
Breaks into your little zone.
Like, he doesn't have that boundary of like knowing people's bubble. He's just in your bubble. He just you have your bubble. He'll walk in that bubble.
Yep.
He's that kid. So it's like it's annoying, but it's also he just doesn't have that that awareness.
He'll learn it. Hopefully.
And then the thing that pissed me off was that I think it was his brothers or someone, but they were older. They were probably in their, I'm going to say 20s. Was what I can, but they were trying to act hard. Coming down the dock with his shirt off and his hat backwards, and going because there's fish right there, and we're jumping off. It's not just me. It's like Eli, Yasmi, his brother. There was other kids there. And he don't say a word, and he comes to like fish, I guess. I think he was more checking to make sure I wasn't some kind of like weirdo, like being mean to brother. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like when you see like a stranger go to like one of your kids or a friend of your kids, you're always like,
but
then that's where I was thinking.
Like that kid was kind of like
he was a douche because he didn't say nothing, right? He didn't say, "Oh, excuse me, hey, is it cool if we fish? Can we do this?" And I was just like, I got that like bad vibe from him, and I was like, God, I want to fucking drown you.
Like,
just why are you being a dick?
Line and wrap it around your neck. And
yeah, because he's trying to act all like tough, and I'm just like looking at him like, bro, I will.
You're 20 years old, probably a little strict.
I'm 20 something years older than you. I got old man strength. If people don't believe in old man strength, mess with an old man and find out.
That's true. That's true.
There's a thing called old man strength. Maybe it's a myth.
No,
but there's a thing there.
The world weighs you down long enough, and there's that inner strength where
you can be fit. Like, I don't know. Just because someone is physically fit doesn't mean they're strong. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Like, I've seen guys that are ripped that
are weaklings.
Yeah, which is wild.
For sure.
Little pussy.
That's what happens.
All them weights for what?
That's where my strength comes in. Like, I just have, whoops.
Well, you know what I mean? I think there's that.
I knock over fucking coffee.
Maybe it's that, what they call brute strength then.
Yeah.
Like, there's that, you work out, but then there's that strength where you're like.
Natural.
Like, you know what? You need me to move this fridge? Done.
Yeah. See, I have that strength.
Yeah, that's the strength I have. It's like I can move like weird random things. Like when we were at when I used to work.
Especially when I'm mad. I can lift just about anything when I'm mad.
When I'm mad, bro. We went golfing the other day and I got a little angry. I didn't get too mad like where I wanted to.
No, you didn't break anything. You didn't throw a club.
I did throw a club. Wanted to. I did throw one club.
Did you?
Just like maybe half a foot.
Yeah, I was going to say, not far.
Piece of shit.
Not like,
No, it's more of, you get frustrated with yourself. I think that's what golf is.
I think everybody that golfs understands. But I don't know.
It said, so I saw this thing and it says, do you know the key to happiness? And then it's like this beautiful music playing. And then it goes, don't start golfing.
Yeah, or get really good at it fast.
Yeah. I don't know. I think.
But I mean, golf teaches you so much. It really does. I think like being a stoic golfer would be great. You just learn not to let anything get to you. Like, it's got to be the greatest test.
Oh, it really does. Can you imagine hitting 4 balls in a row in the water and you're just like, oh, that's okay. I'd be like, oh my fucking God, I'm going to drown this fucking water.
The universe needed balls and water, I guess. Yeah.
Hell wants to golf.
I actually am really wanting to do a membership at I think Columbia Park.
Oh, that one.
Just like, it's so like affordable.
Was it like $30?
There's that monthly, but then I was thinking like, so right now it's 50% off. Those of you that don't live here, it doesn't matter, but 50% off right now of whatever their membership fees are, and their membership fees are not bad. For a family, it's under $1,000. And then I don't think you pay anything. So it'd be about $500 and you wouldn't pay anything. And everybody in your family could golf.
That's kind of
and hit balls and whatever, right?
Hey, family.
Right.
What's up, bro?
I know. Blanca asked one of the Zintel Creek, I think it was, like basically making it sound like we're in a plural family. And like,
we're pliggies.
I'm sorry. I can't get on board with this. Like,
So we have a family that lives with us. Hey.
no.
Trying to reap them benefits, bro. Come on now. I'm trying to get on that insurance plan.
They made a few movies about it. I can't believe they never made one where they wanted a golf membership. That would probably be the best plot.
That would be hilarious.
Like, there's golf membership. So.
With the Chuck and Larry one.
Yeah.
That one is funny, obviously, but it's like, it's funny-ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be great. Golf one trying to
act like you're a couple the entire time you're golfing.
I see in a video where the guy's like, all right, I just got this. I just need to find another straight male. Let's get married. Well, you can get girls. I don't even care. I don't care. If we want, but we can get boats. We can go in on a boat. You get a boat. We'll both, have the boat. We'll go out and do things. Like he explains this, like you're like, damn, that actually doesn't sound bad.
Get all these benefits.
Yeah. Like all the fun stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, you want a membership? You want that golf membership? Let's do. We'll go in on that. We got this income, this double income, so we got a lot of good money coming in. But you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's funny.
That's crazy.
In the retirement life.
Right. It was fucking hilarious though. It's like he brings up a point. You're like, how you been?
I've been all right. How have you been?
I've been good. Been working out.
You guys joined a gym.
Yeah, the Orange Series. It's been fun.
That's good.
Started. It's been a week actually. Last week was the first time I went, and I've gone a few times since, and it's nice. It's a nice workout. I like the environment because it's like, I don't know. It keeps you going. Then they're playing music, so you got like this upbeatness to it and stuff.
That's cool.
And it's just like the coach, the coach.
Yeah.
There's one guy named Mark and then this other guy named Andre. Both of them great guys. They seem like they're just very peppy, ready to go.
Sure.
One
motivating.
Motivating to what you allow to be. I feel like that's where motivation is like, what are you allowing?
Yeah.
Right? Because you hear things, but if you're not like accepting, it's not motivating.
Sure.
But yeah, they are very like encouraging and like like Alicia, we went and worked out yesterday, and she was doing an exercise. Probably, I think it was yesterday, but she wasn't doing it the right way exactly. So that the cool thing was that Adrian guy came and said, hey, just. You want it like this because it's going to give you like this range of motion is going to help with this and that.
Okay. So he was able to kind of explain it.
Yeah, he actually.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah.
Well, not even that. Just walking around and not doing anything to help.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I always wondered.
A paycheck.
Yeah. He was actually like, hey, no, you want to do it like this because you're going to end up hurting yourself. Which she hurt herself yesterday. I think she got like a abdominal strain.
Yeah.
But man, you go down that rabbit hole of WebMD or look up stuff.
No.
Bro.
Don't ever do that.
She was like, I think my ovary cyst or something. I got a cyst in my ovaries. Girl, I don't think so.
Google's not good. No. If you're not an MD, don't.
I go, I'm no doctor, but I think it's your abs. I think it's like an abdominal strain because like what you were doing is kind of like a tense thing.
She started to feel something, that might be a little different. But if you're exercising and then a muscle hurt, it's probably a muscle strain.
Well, she's had this pain before where it was in that same region. But it was, she's supposed to get like an ultrasound on it because it's like it's not an abdominal pain, but it was in that same area. So she was already like probably worried like, oh shit, maybe I did have a cyst because I never went to go get that ultrasound and it burst. I'm like, girl,
I'm dying.
I'm like, babe, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anytime anybody like you got the sniffs, you go down that rabbit hole, you're dying.
Yep. I have cancer. No.
Yeah, I have cancer.
I mean, pray to God, no.
No. Yeah, I hope not.
Fuck no. Cancer. Yeah, colds are fun.
No.
It's very annoying. But
the worst, I think I hate summer colds the most. Because
it's bullshit. Why do I have a cold in the middle of summer?
Right, dude? I'm supposed to be warm.
Like it's warm and I have a cold. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I hate getting that fever when it's 105 out.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I had a
sweating
fever.
Balls right now.
But I had it where it was like I would need to be under a blanket But then my head would feel hot, and I don't know if it actually was hot or if it was just like
it was because you were under a blanket, bro.
Yeah. Well, no, but it's like you feel cold, but then you feel hot, and then you feel cold, and I just super stuffed up in this sinus, and it's draining. But it's like, I felt better, I felt worse. It's
like
not,
I don't know. For me,
bad.
if I have it's being stuffy, to me is the absolute.
It's a pain in the ass.
Worst.
I really don't like it. And it's just like, it's a lot of pressure right here. Like not painful pressure, just I can feel it. And the thing that sucks is I'm looking forward to, I get to take a little trip to Spokane for a conference. And so I was like, it's going to be fun.
When do you leave there? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay. Hopefully it all passes before I go, because I don't want to be,
No, blah, blah, blah.
like hanging out with work people. Like, everybody.
Oh, you're gonna. Well, you'll be probably going out. You guys, do they do that?
Probably. I'm sure after the
like
conference ends at
dinner.
like 3:30 probably each day. I'm not sure the time, but so like we'll probably all go to dinner and stuff like that. But I'm like,
I like going to Spokane.
Spokane's
I
a good
actually
town.
need
I
to make
love
a
it.
Spokane trip here pretty soon because we have a couple projects getting kicked off right now, and so I have some equipment I need to take to one of my techs.
I really like
So
Spokane.
I'm gonna go to your conference.
You'll have a blast.
Like, this is so fun.
It's about data.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice because the convention center right downtown.
Oh, yeah.
the hotel we're staying in is like right next door.
Oh shit!
So-
right off of North River
It's like
Road,
the
so around that area.
DoubleTree or whatever, like
Yeah.
right there. So
Oh, dude, yeah, you're right by next to the water.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be nice.
So where your hotel, I think, is across the river was the hotel that they would have me stay at for work.
Yeah, I think I've stayed at that hotel before too.
But it's pretty nice. I like it.
yeah.
Just as long as they don't keep putting me in the La Quinta.
La Quinta's not great.
The ones I've been
Is that
going
where
to.
you climbed up on top of the little shelf on the wall when we were doing the podcast? Is that a La Quinta or is that something else?
That was. God, where was I that time?
I don't know, but that was
That might have been a La Quinta.
pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
It might have been La Quinta or it was the one in Spokane that I was at.
Yeah.
It was one of those two. But the La Quinta one was like my dad stayed there when he was here, over here in Kennewick. And it was actually very nice looking.
Oh,
I didn't go inside or anything, but the hotel's relatively new
Yeah.
in that area.
Uh-huh.
So it looks nice. The ones I've been going to, relatively not new.
Yeah. Smell like old stale cigarette smoke.
The second one I went to just recently, which was in Woodburn, Oregon, that one is, you just got to watch out where you go, at night.
Sure.
There's a big old fucking freight crate, those big
The
metal
big
ones.
container.
Yeah, freight container. And it just sits there in the driveway.
Like for storage, maybe.
I don't know, just sitting there. Like you go to park and it's in front of you.
We went to Tacoma several years ago now. Blanca wanted to look at property on this island, and so we made like a weekend of it. We kind of like randomly just got in the car and drove out there. So she made a reservation in the car ride over at this hotel in downtown Tacoma. Not downtown Tacoma, like I don't know, offshoot downtown Tacoma.
Yeah.
And
The outskirts.
we get there, and if you know Tacoma has its nice parts and it has its not nice parts, like a lot of cities. Well, we get there, and there's all these people that look like they live at the hotel, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it
Smoking
does.
outside.
Yeah.
Just chilling, talking.
That's La Quinta, buddy.
Talking the talk,
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's used to a certain lifestyle just by the way they talk.
Yeah.
And right away, she's like, nope. I'm like, babe, it's 11 o'clock at night. What are we going to do? So we go in. The hotel room smells like cigarettes. It's like, this is not good. She goes, nope. And we left. Luckily, she found a room like right down the street at a better hotel. But I'm just like, oh, my God. I can't take this. I don't like that kind of stuff.
When we went to that hotel in Spokane for that thing for Gabe.
Yeah.
Remember?
Years ago. Yeah.
So actually, that's the hotel I stayed at.
Okay.
That's right next to the river, actually.
Yeah,
Is
that's
one?
what I
That's the
figured.
exact one.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, when we went that time, we went into the room and there was there cat food under the bed or something?
Oh, wow.
It smelled nasty.
Like
in
wet
there.
cat food?
Yeah.
That's going to leave a smell.
Like it stunk and there was fucking hair all over the bed. It was disgusting. Like
they
Alicia,
didn't clean at all.
yeah, like Alicia was like, hey, like this is gross. Like we need a different room.
And they
gave us,
that.
yeah. And the next room wasn't that great either, but it was,
at least didn't have cat hair all over bed. That could kill me.
yeah. No.
I'm allergic to kitty cats, so
Well, I don't even think you're allowed to have pets in that hotel.
probably not.
Little losers, man.
They were hiding the cat under the bed with its little cat food.
Hell yeah.
Man.
Well, speaking of smoking, me and Tom, when we went golfing, we were coming back, and I swear the guys next to us were talking about smoking crack.
Yeah, they were. I heard it too.
They look like crackheads.
They were, but they had nice vehicles. And like, God, you guys, you suck.
No, they had credit because they're young.
That's probably true.
They
That's
actually
probably
work
true.
at McDonald's.
I think they were in the trades. They
Yeah,
struck
probably.
me as the trades type.
I could see that.
But not like good trades. Like they're barely scraping by trades, you know.
Yeah. Doing the dirt.
crack while they're
You're the janitor trade.
you know, like I don't know. I know a lot of great janitors that do a great job. Custodians.
I was a custodian.
No, these guys seem kind of dirt.
yeah,
but-
they were.
And I didn't like that they were right next to the car. I was like looking at them. Like,
I didn't want to make eye contact because I feel like,
yeah, they were just ready.
I don't know why. I just don't like making eye contact with people.
Especially, well, they were all
Sometimes.
bros, you know.
I'm just like,
They all just
fuck,
kind of
I
had
wanna-
that look like, oh my God,
Because I think I can give that look like, you guys are fucking annoying.
you disgust me.
Ugh. Get your vile hands away from me.
Get your dirty hands off me.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wish I had that accent. Speaking, so I took a ancestry DNA test.
Yes. Tell me about your
probably a
results.
few months back.
Do you
a
have
few months, maybe a month ago?
your actual report
I got it right here
on your phone?
Came
Good.
in this morning. And,
Hot off the press. We
Hot
get
off
to
the
know
presses, bruh.
Jesse's genetic makeup.
Yeah. Let me just bring it up here. Roll the tapes. Roll the tapes. But sheesh, let's go. All right.
So does it show the world map?
It does. That's
You're
where
right.
I'm everywhere.
You're everything. Wow.
So he's not lying. I'm like,
everything.
you guys can't see that really that well. And you guys listening can't see it at all.
That's impressive.
Unless you have visual ears. What those are, I don't know. But visualize what you see.
Visual ears. That's a good one, actually.
So I am 22% Spaniard.
Okay.
All right.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, my uncle, you know what's crazy too is my uncle years ago had said that we were Spanish descent.
Sure.
But then somehow later on it didn't sound like we were.
Right.
But I always thought it was cool to have a little Spaniard in
I'll
me.
bet you though, like a lot
Not
of
in a good
people
way.
from like Mexico and stuff probably have Spaniard blood.
Oh yeah, for
Because the
sure.
Spaniards came in and did their.
I'm 20% England and Northwestern European.
So that's like 98% of what I am, believe
Right.
it or not.
I'm 15% Indigenous Americans hyphen Mexico.
That's a big percentage. So you're
know what
indigenous
that means.
Mexican. You're
Like
native.
Aztec, like
Yeah,
like a
or
Mayan.
whatever they are. Yeah, whatever the
What?
different.
Let's go,
Yeah.
man. The calendar. That's why I love calendars.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah, that's
I
why
knew-
you're always looking for that doomsday.
I have an Aztec calendar in my room right now.
There you go.
I knew it.
It's your heritage. That's
I'm 11% Sweden and Denmark.
wow.
Surprising, right?
That's a high percentage.
Right.
Sweden and
Sweden,
Denmark.
bruh.
So we are probably somewhat related through that.
So I'm gonna go to
little piece.
Sweden and Denmark one day.
Yeah.
Say, hey,
I'll go
family,
with you.
let's go.
My family has quite a bit of Dutch.
They're gonna
on
look
my
at
grandfather's side.
I run into me. I run into
Wait,
a white
mirror?
version of me.
A mirror.
Like, whoa. I'm 10% Scottish, which I knew I had some Scottish.
10%. Man, you got like quite a big percentage of different
Oh, it
things.
gets Norwegian. I got 7% Norwegian.
Okay.
Then I'm 6% Indigenous Americans, North America.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
All right. So what's that? Native, probably.
Yeah.
4% Basque.
Basque. Yeah.
Basque.
Yeah.
Spain. I think that's in Spain. Like in that area.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Which is crazy because I'm Spanish. So if I'm in Spain,
I think
what's the
it's-
difference?
Yeah, I think it was an older.
Isn't there an artist named Basque? Yeah. Basket or something like that.
Basket.
Basket.
Basket's Bull, I think his name was. There could be.
He was like an African American fella. I think his name was Basquet or some shit like that. Like he does like pretty cool looking art, different. Okay. I mean, if you're into that, and that was 4%.
So it gets smaller as it goes.
As it goes down, yeah, but it gets good as it goes down too.
Okay.
2% Finland, right?
2% Finland.
Yeah, 2% Finland, and this is where it gets good, and this is where I was like, oh shit. My people in Senegal. I'm Senegal. I got a little.
Senegal.
I got 1%.
Isn't Senegal like
in Africa, buddy?
Or Africa?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Where's Senegal? Oh boy, I'm an idiot. Why was I thinking that was India?
I don't know, but that's wow. It's Africa's westernmost nation. It's also like a really like poor nation, I guess.
Well,
that part of
sure, but
what?
How do you have every continent in you?
Fuck my mama.
How far back does this go? Is that like your earliest ancestry?
Not yet.
Because wouldn't we all technically have a tiny bit of Africa in us?
I don't know.
There's the motherland of
now I explain so much why.
I know where that 2% is.
I'm good at running. I didn't get the good part. Actually, the running part. I obviously told Lisa I'm probably good at running because of that. I don't know. That's a stereotype. I'm sorry, guys. I just thought.
Actually, Senegalans are horrible runners.
But Senegal, dude, I was pumped. I'm not even gonna lie.
I did not have any Senegal.
I was like, what?
See, my dad did it, not me. But
I'm part African.
I'm my dad, right? Yeah. I just don't have my mom's side on it. But my cousin on my mom's side did it.
So you fucking the white man fucking us up, taking my people.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
But then I can't be mad because a lot of me's that way too.
Yeah, I know. That's what gets complicated.
And then I'm Jewish, bruh?
Okay.
1%?
From where?
From Jewish places.
Where is that?
It's up here.
Oh, wow. From all over Eastern Europe. Yeah, okay.
Eastern Europe and part of Africa.
Northern Africa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? I can't see that. This is for the visual impaired.
What's interesting is how is Jewish an ethnicity?
How isn't it?
Yeah, well, because it's a religion, and to be a member.
No, there's like there's like actual people who are Jewish, like the Holocaust.
Well, right,
they were Jewish,
but Jewish. I could be totally wrong, but Jewish is a religion, and so if you're a Jew, you believe in the Jewish faith.
But I think
to be a member of Israel, all you have to do is be Jewish. So I don't know how they would know that from like
because I thought Jewish was like if they knew you were a Jew. I don't know.
Right, they did.
I don't even know.
I'm just saying DNA wise. Maybe it's because
it's our European Jewish region is not geographically defined in the same way as most other ethnic regions. This historic dispersal of the Jewish population from its origin, blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
All I know, I'm Jewish. So I don't know any Jew terms. Yeah. I fucking never got a bar mitzvah.
No,
that's fucked up.
No,
thanks.
Did you get a bris?
Didn't even get that. I did get my wiener chop.
Okay,
so I got circumcised. So.
Hopefully by whatever.
Dude, it better have been a cool Jewish guy with the little curls. Hell yeah. That's so the coach at the Orange Theory, Adrian. He's cool, but he has this like. I've never seen him with his hat off, but there's this one piece of hair that comes down, looks like it's braided, but it looks curl, and it reminds me of like that look.
But from
it's
like not a that?
No.
Okay.
It is his hair where it's like braided and it's just out, but I think that's his look.
Okay.
And then to finish it off, I'm 1% France.
French, okay.
I'm a Frenchie.
Yeah.
I'm from France, apparently. But hey, I'm all over the map, though.
You're everywhere. That's impressive.
When you hear Heinz 57, that's me.
I'm going to show you on your map where my people were from. You could just zoom right in. About like that. That's about where my family came from.
What is that?
England and France and that little area around it. Pretty much 100%. At least on my dad's side.
Dude, I got little people in Northern Ireland.
Look at that.
A little splash.
Your people were everywhere.
That's kind of crazy, though, right?
You guys were definitely travelers. Your ancestry moved everywhere.
No way. That's so crazy.
Wouldn't you like?
Am I Canadian too?
Aren't you curious, like when your ancestors moved different places, like all the stories in that background? You know,
Kinda.
like your people were native, and like north, south, everywhere in between, and then also your people were in Europe and Africa and all these places. How and when did like the two sides come together and all this stuff happen?
Who started us?
Like,
Who started the barbers?
it's incredible.
Come to find out, it was like some Spaniard that went to Africa, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, who's the original?
Was it in the
Adam.
Crusades?
In the Crusade, that'd be
You
kind of
know,
cool.
you could have had a crusader.
But the cool thing is it'll break it down, like it says Indigenous Americas, but then it kind of like says Southern Colorado
And
and
New
New Mexico,
Mexico.
which makes sense because my grandma, I believe, is from New Mexico.
So you need to find out what percentage of these tribes you are.
All I know is I want to go to Rio
Arriba
Arriba
And
in
Taos
Taos County.
County, New Mexico, and wow.
It just sounds fancy.
Does it tell you-
My grandpa on my mom's side, who I never met, but from what I hear is, I think he was mainly native,
well, now you know.
but he's buried in, I think, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Well, there you go. So that validates.
But I'm not gonna lie, finding out that I'm a little bit of Senegal and like Jewish kind
gives
of.
you a little pep in your step.
I was like, oh shit, let's go. I told my wife, I'm like, I'm going. I know who I'm going for in the Olympics.
So you're multiracial on so many levels.
The most multi-race. I'm like every race right now.
So
How am I German and Jewish? Does that even make sense? I'm just kidding.
It does. Yeah, we had quite a bit of German.
I don't have any German in me.
Us too. On one point, on my mother's side.
But I was looking up. I was like, babe, that's my flag.
There you go.
It's a Senegal flag. That's cool though. I'm not even. I'm like kind of thrilled for like a lot of that stuff.
Sure.
Like to see that. Like I just this morning I woke up and I look and I have like a text from the ancestry. Your results are in.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? When did they come in? And then that text came in around 12:30 last night. So I must have passed out. I was watching that movie, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It's a Guy Ritchie film.
Oh.
And it has Henry Cavill in it.
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually really cool.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. No, I saw some previews, just never watched it. I don't think it did well in the theaters.
Oh.
But if you like Guy Ritchie films, it's good.
We
It's
watched
actually a good little like spy-ish type flick. Yeah.
We watched the one, the something of gentlemanly warfare. That was really good.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That was very fun.
That has Alan Richardson.
And I was watching that, and I'm
and
like, I think Henry Cavill is going to be 007. I really think he will, because he was on the short list, I think.
well, he was already in. No, he was in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at that and you think about, so he played Ian Fleming, who was the writer of James Bond.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking at that and I was trying to figure out who produced, like if it's MGM makes the 007 movies. So I'm like, if he plays Ian Fleming in a role that introduces him as a spy figure that gets in the American populace's mind that Henry Cavill is like a spy, how easy is it then to say next 007 is
That's
Henry
true.
Cavill, is my thought. So I think he's going to be 007.
I know
He'd
a lot
be
of
good
people wanted Idris Elba.
Yeah. He'd be great too.
He would be good.
He's
an
a
Englishman as well.
fantastic actor.
Oh yeah, but no, that movie was good.
Yeah.
They had that. I really like his name's Alan Richardson. He plays. If you haven't watched the show Reacher, and I know some people are like super snobby about stuff. The show Reacher's fucking awesome.
And he was hysterical in the movie.
Yeah,
He just murders everybody.
He's so
throughout the whole
big.
thing. They're like, you can't kill everybody. Let us kill somebody. And he's just like shooting people with arrows and shooting everybody in the face. And just murdering everybody.
dude.
In a comical way, not in a sick way.
Because he's like Swedish
He's like an
or
assassin.
something.
Yeah, he's like odd. He doesn't talk a lot. But then and he's huge and he just goes in and like murders everybody.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the show Reacher, it is so much better than the movies where you got like Tom Cruise's Reacher.
Yeah, I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. myself.
Yeah, so the Jack Reacher, like the movies, they're okay. Tom Cruise, they're Tom Cruise movies, whatever. I really like the Mission Impossibles are probably I actually like those more than the 007 movies.
Oh, really?
Just because they're just, I don't know. Something about some of the 007 ones that are just, they bore me.
Well, the older 007 movies,
I haven't watched
like
the
90s. They were kind of like,
yeah.
I liked Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, but the stories just got kind of weird and out there. No, the newer ones with
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig were. I love those movies.
Yeah, see, I need to watch those because I wanted to watch like the one where he's no longer 007 kind of thing. That one.
Yeah, the very end is actually kind of sad.
Yeah, so I want to watch that. But no, the Reacher show itself is actually really well. I think it's a cool show. If you have Amazon, I would definitely check that out.
Yeah.
But he kicks some fucking ass in that movie.
I'll bet.
And it's cool because Jack Reacher's supposed to be this badass, and when Alan Richardson's like a huge mother effer.
Yeah.
Dude.
He is. He's bulky.
The cool thing with him, I became a fan of his after watching that show, but then I'd see stuff on like Instagram and stuff. But he's a big advocate for like mental health.
Oh, nice.
Because he himself suffered from depression.
Oh.
He attempted suicide.
Wow.
Like he tried to hang himself. Like he actually had the rope around his neck, I think it was, and he went to do it and it broke.
I was going to say.
Because your motherfucker, you was
I
big.
know. I don't want to make light of it or a joke, but did he really think that was going to work?
I know, right?
Thank big. God he's as big as he is, and that didn't.
But but he's like a big advocate. The dude sings amazing.
Huh.
He was on American Idol.
It's not fair. It's really not fair.
He was on He was a contestant on American Idol, or he tried out to be on American Idol.
Years ago. Before he was an actor?
Yeah. Like he was probably just breaking in, so he wasn't. It's crazy to see people's transformations because he was like, he wasn't. Obviously, he was always a tall person.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like as yoked as he is.
Well, I mean, to be yoked the way that these guys are on TV and movies, it's
well,
like
him and Henry Cavill both. That's a lot of muscle.
Yeah, it's an entire lifestyle. Normal people are not usually going to look like that. But
I'm a big Henry Cavill fan myself. I said it before. I think that's my man crush.
I think he will be 007. I could be wrong, but
I could see it.
Him playing Ian Fleming, I was just like, God, I don't know. That's too.
What was that in? Was he in that?
Yeah, the Gentlemanly Warfare. That's who he played.
Was it League of Gentlemen Warfare? Or was it
something like that? Yeah.
It was a good movie. I liked it.
And then last night we watched The First Omen. Ooh, it was scary.
The one with Damien?
Yeah, but it's before Damien.
Oh,
it's how
I heard
Damien
that's good.
came to be.
I actually heard that was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
If you're not Catholic or you're okay with,
No, Brian, and I told him this the other day. I was like, Brian, when I talk about you with horror movies, you're my
expert.
you're the aficionado. So anytime I say, I take I take his word pretty good because he's super into into movies. But he was talking about The Omen, the first one. He says it was actually really good.
Yeah, and it leads you right into the 1970s original movie.
Yeah.
So it's cool at the end how you literally are watching what led up to like Damien being adopted by this American aristocrat. And
I remember seeing bits and pieces of The Omen when I was younger, and it freaked me out.
It's creepy.
Because it was it's demonic stuff, and so for me, that's always been more scary.
With Julia Stiles.
Oh God, that already sounds terrible. You just mentioned her name.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. There was a great scene.
Did she try to dance?
No. No.
Let's go.
She did not. Surprisingly. God,
I hate that movie.
I don't know that I've ever even watched it. But there's a scene. They kind of. And it must have been in the original movie too, because they pay tribute to it in the first movie.
The prequel.
So Damien has a birthday party, and he's like, all the kids are outside, and all the stuff's happening, and the kid looks off into like the yard. It's like this huge estate. So he looks off into this yard, and he's like staring at this. It's a big dog, big black dog.
Rot?
The Roman dogs.
Like a King Corso style looking dog.
We'll say that. It's not that, but we'll say that.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting there staring at him and like like breathing really hard. So you get kind of this weird feeling. And then all of a sudden you hear, Damien! And he turns around and like one of the maids or somebody, or like maybe the gal that like is with like his nanny, she's up on top of the big estate house with a rope around her neck.
Oh.
And she yells, "This is all for you." And then she jumps. And the way they do the camera angle, it's from down below. So she slowly falls because they slow it down. And when it hits, her shoe falls off and just like spins right down onto the camera. I don't know why it was such like a cinematic thing, but the way they did it definitely like
it gives you an uneasiness.
Just gives you more than if they just showed it in any other way. Yeah. It was one of those times where you're looking at something and you like feel like you're learning something from it. Jeez. And then they did kind of the same thing in this original movie. So
yeah,
definitely worth a watch if you're into the horror genre.
Well, I've been wanting to watch a horror movie lately, and that
was pretty good. I mean, horror movies usually aren't like scary, but it's definitely like entertaining.
Yeah, like
and creepy, and
like Brian had told me about that Long Legs.
Oh yeah,
he actually really said that was actually really good.
It was good. We went and saw that in the theater.
Like if you're going in thinking this way, don't do that. Like just, like he was telling me, like basically just he goes, it's actually a really well done movie.
Yeah,
if you think about it like this, and the director, you know, like he gets all super into that.
Sure,
but he was saying it was actually good, and I was like, no, I've been wanting to see that one, like that one, and then
it was a good time.
Where'd you see The Omen on?
It's on Hulu.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, so you can watch it on Hulu right now.
Because I don't know, I just want to check it out, man. I want to see new movies.
Yeah, and it's funny because, you know, the Catholic Church, they kind of get crapped on a lot of these movies, but it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't let people screw kids, and that wouldn't be something that happens with you. But
if people get offended from movies, like, move on with your life.
My girlfriend in high school, her mom, like, could not handle it. She was extremely Catholic, and I don't know. She lived in kind of a world of disbelief.
It's crazy because you know what? It's a movie.
Yeah, and Catholicism.
I would be offended. I'd be upset if this shit was real.
No, we watched. You know what I mean? Movie Road to Perdition.
Yeah.
Where Tom Hanks is like a mobster. So
isn't it about like
it's the Irish mob.
Yeah, okay. No, I was thinking more of the alcohol. What was that? The Prohibition?
It was like that era. Yeah, it was like the early 30s, like late 20s, somewhere in there.
I haven't seen it in years.
So I loved the movie, so I brought it over to watch with them. And the only thing that she had to say at the end, she was upset because at one point he tells his son, because he knows that they're in trouble, and he tells his son, don't go see Father so-and-so, go to Reverend something. Mm-hmm. The whole point of it being that the mob is so powerful that they even have like
people in the church. Right? Yeah, for sure.
And she was just convinced it was like anti-Catholic. I'm like, okay, I don't know.
I can't do that. So when like people start thinking it's like it's the agenda. It's like, no, it's a movie.
You have the agenda.
Yeah, your mind thinks it is.
Sorry.
I think that's what happens a lot of times is people like will see something or think one way, but it's like in their head it's that way.
Yeah, right.
And really it's just a movie about this demon ass kid that's kind of psycho.
Well, and the church is
just how
it just lends itself to a good story, you know. And
dude, Catholicism, they have their own fucking country.
They do.
Get out of here.
The Vatican.
Don't act like there's not some secrets up in that bitch.
I'm sympathetic. I understand there's a lot of Catholics, and that's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's be honest, the Catholic Church has some major issues. There's a lot of child abuse that's happened. There's a lot of, historically horrible things that have come out of the church. And until they're willing to deal with that and be honest about it and fix it, it lends itself to some criticism and some use in movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on, man.
There's some of this stuff, as like far-fetched as it seems, isn't that far-fetched.
What about that movie that was based on for realness? That girl goes missing. That was
the nun
that was in the Vatican. She a girl that gets murdered, and somehow it's like a cover-up.
Several documentaries, and a documentary. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know.
So if it's one Catholic, they're all the same.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not saying that most Catholics are bad or that the church itself is bad, but I am saying that it's humans that run organizations.
Yeah, 37% of Catholics are terrible.
Probably true of any group.
Yeah. Christians, come on, the Christian Crusades.
The more power people have, the worse they are usually.
Yeah, like the Christian Crusades is the same way.
Well, right. And actually, we're in an era now where that's what people want. we won a holy war.
That's
Not
so
we isn't all of us, but like policy wise, if you look a lot into what's going on, there's Christian versus anti-Christian, and there's a lot of Christians right now that want to do away with everything not Christian, and I got a big problem with that. I think I am a Christian man, but at the same time, I'm a sane person that likes true freedom and true rights, and I just don't get it.
I grew up Christian, but I don't think I label myself as like a Christian or any of that. Like I believe
because I don't go to church.
I believe there's a higher power, but like I don't know. It's really, I just have a hard time like not why is one deity overpowering than the next, when in reality it's all the same. You guys believe in a god or a higher power or something, but you guys are beefing because of probably something so stupid.
Well, and then really, American Christianity is so interesting because it's so far out there with their very negative focused, which you can say that they're not, but they are.
It's judgmental.
I mean, in the Bible it says so many things about not judging other people, which I know we all judge people and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like there's so much in the Bible that tells you to be really careful. And the more that you want power in the church, the more of a responsibility you have, the less likely you are to actually succeed in getting into heaven because of the responsibility you've taken and all this stuff. But all American Christianity tends to do is shit on people that they don't like and want to basically get rid of people they don't like. I don't understand. I don't know. The way I was raised, it was very different than the Christianity I hear yelling about crap today.
Well, I think some of that was still there when I was going to church a lot.
It sure was. I mean, all those pastors on the TV and all that crap that are making millions of dollars off of bullshit.
I think it's more like social media and all that, like everything's so out there now that we see what was probably there in the beginning.
Oh, sure.
I think.
Sure.
I remember, I remember we'd have to go, like, there was a few times going in youth group, we'd go to other people's doors to like preach the gospel.
No
I
way.
hated doing that.
I get so pissed when people came to my door over that.
Bro.
There was one guy right when Obama got elected. He came to our house, and I liked Obama. Mm-hmm. So he came to our house, and he was like, like, we're just here to preach the gospel because our country's in big trouble. I'm like, why exactly is our country in big trouble? He's like, well, just the things that are in our White House now and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, like, I disagree with you. I like our president. And you saying that it's like the end times, that it's so awful. Like, it's just because you don't like social policy that allows other people to live and exist. That's it. You're anti-freedom. You're anti-real freedom. That's the point. All this shit talk about other people, if it doesn't, no one's making you be anything but what you are. But you want only Christianity, only you to exist. You want everybody else to go away if they're not like you.
Yeah.
That's not freedom. That's not what this country is.
Well, I mean,
no one's going to make you suck a dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's how they think, I think.
They do. They think that you're going to have to live. No, you just have to let other people live the way they want to live.
Like, I think that's the problem is people worry about everything but themselves.
Well, let me
just worry about
this
yourself.
2025 crap, that's like a big deal right now. If you look at it, and I know this is a fact because I've known people that talk like this. If you're gay, you shouldn't have a right to work. You should be fired because you're gay. You shouldn't be allowed to live.
People like that?
Oh, yeah. That girlfriend in high school I told you about, her mom, flat out said, you shouldn't have to room with somebody who's gay when I went to college. Like, if you have someone who's gay, like, you just need to tell the school that you're not going to room with them.
Dude, I could get a free hand job or blow job. Let's go.
Right? Sex anytime I want. Wow. No, I mean, like, she really believed that people should be fired for being gay.
See, that's old people, though.
Like, all this kind of crap. I have such an issue.
I feel like,
but then they claim that they believe in freedom. You don't believe in freedom. You believe in your freedom to tell everybody else what to do.
I feel like older generation, that's the way they think. Because I think a lot of these newer generations are pretty open to whatever now.
I agree.
Like, I feel like there's a lot more, people are more willing to come out.
Sure.
They feel more comfortable to come out.
There's growing pains with that too. I mean,
like when I was in high school, there was, obviously there's gays and lesbians or whatever. But they weren't out yet, right?
Well, there was a lot harder to come out.
And that was just
back then.
mid 90s,
We're
95,
talking 20
96.
years ago, it was a different world.
30 years ago.
Well, no,
For me.
I'm just saying, like, when I was in high school too. I mean,
but like nowadays, I don't know. Yeah, I hate when people try to like force their stuff on you,
right?
Instead of just letting you be you, figuring out yourself, and being like, this is what I believe or this is what I don't believe. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's like I believe in, I do believe there's something out there. Now, do I believe there's this like all powerful like cosmic being? I don't know if I believe that, like, but I do believe there is this like higher power, something out there,
something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, there's gotta be, obviously science created there's scientific things that they created, but what created that? That's always in my head. It's like, where did all this come from? How is it just was there?
Right. I know, it's pretty wild.
When you think about it, like we were just there. Well, I'm in this dude's left ball sack right now, and I like that idea. Like you were saying, what if we're in someone's body?
No, I never said ball sack, but
I know.
No, it is wild to think about.
You did. You said the left ball sack. No,
did I?
Kidding. No,
no. I'm just like, what if we are a speck inside of a larger being? What if there's just some giant dude walking around in a world that's more giant than ours, and we're just living in this little speck? I mean, you think about the life forms.
Well, you think of atoms and all that,
right? Everything moves. Like, that's the weirdest thing to me is the way that things behave. Like, whether it's the atomic level or whether it's like the universe, it's orbs that spin. By the way, flat earthers just
no, it doesn't happen.
Well, it doesn't make sense, but everything's round and it just spins around each other because of the electricity or the whatever. I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson, but the stuff.
Flat earthers, that trips me out, to be honest.
How does it make sense?
It doesn't.
How does it make any sense that it's flat? I mean, just the way it would move in space doesn't make any sense unless it doesn't move in space. But
it just sits there.
I don't know. Are we a disc?
Because some people will be like, well, the sun, like it's sunny out here, but in space it's dark. You don't see.
Right.
You don't get the brightness. You don't get the bright. Yeah.
Dumb fucks. Like, I don't know.
So I was watching like people spacewalk, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy was on Joe Rogan. He's an astronaut, and he was talking about being out there in space. Sometimes they have to be out there for 8 to 12 hours at a time,
right?
Working on their space station, doing stuff. And he goes, "You can let go. You're connected, but there's nothing to grab, obviously."
Right.
And he was just saying it's just wild to look down, and it's like Earth's down there.
Yeah. And you see that little glowy orb around it.
Yeah.
That's
he
guys.
He was just talking about that. But then I love going to comics because I already know comments there's always a flat earther. There's always someone saying that space isn't real.
Yeah, right.
And so that, sure enough, no, that's not right. Can you see this and that? And I'm like,
dude, where did your PhD come from?
Where's the stars? You don't see the stars. That's what a lot of people say. I'm like, bruh, I don't think those cameras can sense light like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
2, I don't know what 2 is, but 1, they can't sense light.
I think we're getting through the point where, like, for a while there, people were so disillusioned by everything that it was nuts. I think we're starting to get through that where the nutsos are starting to be called out a little bit more, and it's most of us are turning our back on it. But
and you know what?
Crazy.
The cool thing is you're allowed to have an opinion. Everyone has an opinion, and I think that's okay.
It's great.
It's when it's the forcefulness that I don't like.
Well, that's it. If you don't have a PhD, if you haven't spent decades being educated and like you have no credentials, then you're just like me. You're an asshole with an opinion. So
this is the thing. This is how I look at it. Is like in movies, you'll watch a movie about, I don't know, like a gay couple or transgender couple or something. But then the way they do it, sometimes it's like they're pushing this agenda on you, right?
Uh-huh. And that usually is off-putting.
And so you're already, like my tech Brian is like, if you already think this way or you do this and they are trying to push it, it's just gonna make you hate it even more.
Absolutely.
And that's true because this show Bridgerton, right? It actually was not a bad show. And the cool thing with it was there was like homosexuality in it. There, like the queen was like African American, stuff you never normally see in those.
It's not historically true, but
in
it's
those
like
aged,
another version of the past.
But the way they did it was,
it's just
that's
the way
just it was just like Schitt's Creek.
Absolutely,
there was
I was going to bring that up.
They did that show in a way where it was that's just how it was, and so you didn't feel this agenda to like, like this is bad, like
or that you're being force fed something.
Yeah,
or being
this is just
down
you know what, this is just him and his husband, or whatever, and it just feels normal.
Well,
like it doesn't feel weird.
They let you get to know the character before they fully revealed. What exactly he was, and it was a big thing, and they kind of took you through the dad struggling with it, or and so it was done so well that people could kind of buy into it, and that's like you're saying about Bridgerton, like it's not a thing because it just is.
It's just that's how it is, and I think
when you try to force feed something, or
they or they try to put a like. It's wrong to think this way. When they have like that disclaimer
because
style.
Some people that feel that strongly aren't going to change their mind.
Exactly.
So you're not going to,
It's actually going to make it, I think, worse for you.
But if you, and actually Pete Buttigieg, a guy I love, he's been going on Fox News a lot. And he's a smart guy, and he'll talk because his viewpoints don't match Fox News.
Yeah.
But his argument was, if I'm going to go on and talk to people who think like me, we're not going to get anywhere. But if I can go on to, some place where people don't think like me and they don't hear that message all the time, maybe people can at least start to understand the philosophy or where I'm coming from.
That's who I'm writing in.
And it's
Pete Budapest.
I love Pete. Pete's a great guy.
But I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it's wild. Everyone just live your life. I don't know.
I know. Who gives
just live your life.
Why do people give a fuck about what others are doing?
Because
with
it's
their
some
life?
kind of a threat.
Like, I don't care if you suck dick or not. Like, I don't care. Are you a good person? That's it. And then that's for me. The end of the day, are you
a good person? Yeah.
Are you good to someone? Are you going to do the right thing? Or are you, not an asshole?
Right. I agree.
And we're all a little asshole every now and then.
We all have our moments, but generally speaking, do you try to leave this planet better than where you found it? Are you
like, I don't want my kids to grow up having just a one-track mind where this is how it is. Like, I want them to be able to be like, no, this is, I think it's okay for people to do this, or because it's like you said, like, hey, like you've mentioned before, maybe this is God's way of doing like population control, where you fall in love with another man or whatever.
Honestly, it makes a lot of sense to me. God, if it is God, which there's a lot of reason to think it is, right? How does our world work the way it does? How are there so many things, good and bad, that make our planet, our universe in order and work? There's matter and there's antimatter, right? There's all this stuff. Couldn't homosexuality just be a way to control population? Couldn't God have known, hey, if there's no check on this?
That's the thing. It's been around for forever.
Sorry, it's real. Like, it's been there forever, and it doesn't freaking matter.
It's not going away.
Leave people alone. I guarantee you, what people really don't like is, like you said, the forcefulness.
Yeah,
of messaging. Why is there a forcefulness of messaging? Because people weren't allowed to be who they were, so they created counterculture.
Yeah.
That's always the way it works. You force people into a hole, and eventually they can't take it anymore. And so they start doing naked parades and shit. If you just treat people with respect and dignity and let God worry about it, if that's what you believe, just let God deal with it, if you read your Bible, like it would tell you to do.
Yeah.
Then they would just be like any other person. They'd just be your neighbors, and you could maybe love them and just treat them with respect. And then when they go meet their maker, that maker will decide if it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, I just have I really have a hard time believing that if you're gay, that you're automatically going to hell and you're condemned, or if you're this way, because I knew people who are gay or whatever, and they're good people.
Good people.
I don't see that God would be like,
Or how about this?
yeah, I know you're really good, but like you,
The
and then
belief
you're going
that
to
if
hell.
you
That's so stupid.
commit suicide, you go to hell.
Yeah.
So mental illness, God's going to send you to hell because you are mentally ill.
Yeah, I don't see
No,
that.
I think there's a lot of things that we look at through a very old lens before we knew as much as we know now about humanity. And that's understandable. People answer questions with the knowledge they have. It was a lot of pseudoscience, I guess.
I do think as our kids get older and then maybe they have kids, that like society will be a little more open.
Maybe.
Like I feel like it'd be a little. I think there'll be a little more of like a peacefulness among things. I like to think that. Anyway.
I hope it'd be
just because
great.
it's like growing up. When I was growing up, obviously if you found out someone was gay or something, it was bad or whatever, right? Or if they believed that they are a dog or something, it was weird. But like as we've gotten older, you can see that there's a little more acceptance, and it's some things considered like maybe a mental issue. Sure, I can see that, but like for the most part, it's like they're just living their life. They're being who they feel they are,
right?
And that's I don't know. You can't condemn someone for feeling the type of way.
Well, what's better, letting people live with who they are, or people getting murdered on fences?
Yeah.
Right? That guy in the 90s that got murdered and left on a fence in Wyoming. I forget his name, but
what is that doing? That's doing nothing.
That's justifiable. That's better than people just living their life. That's less evil.
That I feel like that's the purest form of evil, to be honest.
Or people that will go and kill abortion doctors. Life?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. So a fetus is life, but a full-grown adult is not life. Like, and that's an extreme case. I get that. I totally get that. Most people would not do that. But just extremism. That's what it boils down to. Any viewpoint can become an extremist viewpoint, and we just have an awful lot of extremist viewpoints.
Amen, brother.
But you know what? Love.
Yeah.
Love.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Or is that what it is? Or love, laugh, live?
It doesn't matter.
Triple L,
you can
baby.
say it any way you want. What was that stupid book where they're like, eat, pray, love?
Oh, yeah. They make movie out of
all
that?
that stuff, yeah.
That's something Elise would
Julia
probably watch.
Roberts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Eat, pray, love. I'm going to eat food.
Julia Roberts has a huge mouth. I've always
She's
thought...
a very pretty lady.
She's pretty. I'm not going to lie. I love her smile.
She does have a big mouth, yes.
She has a beautiful smile.
Yes.
And her laugh's very, like, genuine, I feel like.
And
But I always really thought she could fit a burger in her mouth. A whole burger.
she probably fit a fist in her mouth.
She can fit the synagogue. Just kidding.
By the way, Blanca asked me a question yesterday or the day before. She goes, if Selma Hayek came to you today and said, run away with me and you'll never have to work or do anything that you want again, would you do it? It's like, at first I'm like, oh, she's getting older. Like,
Yeah.
She showed me a picture of her and like, how does she not look older?
I just seen a video she like posted on Instagram of her like in a pool.
Yeah, that's the
like,
one.
I was like, God.
She's amazing. I
She's
don't
pretty
know.
hot.
I don't know. She's
a very beautiful older woman.
I'm not one of those people, though. I'd never leave my wife.
I don't think I would either. But if I know at least he would force me if they were like, okay, for whatever reason they wanted me for a week or whatever, and they needed to spend X amount of money and they'd give us. Oh, at least he'd be like, go.
Go do you.
Go make that $3 million real quick. I'll be okay with that. I think I can rest.
That's funny.
Knowing that you're coming back with $10 million.
My Lord. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was like, I seen that and I was like,
yeah, I mean,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, she takes very good care of herself.
Well,
And her
she's
husband's
also
a billionaire.
filthy rich.
Yeah.
I always take that in consideration.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like your stress levels, mind you, I know you're probably stressed out because of the demand maybe, but like you're also not as stressed as some of us common folk who
just
are
trying to
struggling.
survive.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a new car and I'm looking at prices right now like for a truck.
Yeah.
And I might have to sell my left and right nut plus my body just to get some of this shit. You know what I mean?
I know.
Salma Hayek, she don't need to do any of that. She can sell a titty pic and probably get
She
trillions.
could just buy the truck. She could buy any truck she wanted and not even feel it. It'd be like a penny. It'd be like losing a penny.
She just opened her wallet, 50,000. Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Here you go, son.
Yeah. So
she'll be my sugar mama. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, man. Like buying my own golf course.
Should that be the question of the week? I had a question of the week, but now I'm thinking of another one.
All right, let's do it. Question of the week.
God.
What's your new question of the week? I'm curious.
Could you have a sugar mama? That was gonna be. I don't know if that's a good question, but
it probably depends.
I don't know if I could though. Like I know like girls like have sugar daddies. They're
Sure.
and they can do that, but I don't know if I could like. I'd feel bad if like this old lady's like,
Right.
come on, Sonny.
I know. I probably could.
Unless she was like a bad like 75-year-old lady
We
looking
make
like.
good enough money. Like if I can go golfing and just generally live, no, I'm very happy with my life.
Dude, I was. So I had my one-on-one with my boss on Wednesday. I was actually in the office helping out, and then I didn't know my boss was going to be there, and we're just talking. And he was asking me how my, like I was going to say my holiday. I guess that's my European coming out. He asked how my vacation was, and I was like, "It's great." I go, it just made me realize like I could retire and I'd be good. Golf every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like I'd be cool I'd be okay not doing nothing. I don't need to work because I'll find things to do.
Right.
Golf. I'll do yard work here and there. Golf. Probably a little masturbation.
Who
knows?
No,
What does he say? What's the Obama? I'd probably get in them dark arts. No.
Yeah.
No, my real question was, what are your thoughts about apologies and change habits? And this question comes from a friend of mine her name's Danny Marie. She does podcast stuff as well, but she had posted that on her page, and I just found that very interesting because it's like that makes sense because sometimes like you mentioned earlier, like it could be an empty apology. Because like I think an apology matters if you change why you're apologizing. Like sorry I murdered someone. Okay, and then I just don't murder people again. Yeah. All right, I see there's that change.
I see how that was wrong, and I won't do it again.
Or like you hurt your significant other by the things you say, or maybe some actions you've done.
Sure.
But if you always apologize, it's like meaningless, really.
Yeah, I think true remorse and guilt takes a long time to get over.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, not repeating that behavior, whatever it was. And it's hard with like little things. It's a lot easier with bigger things. When you make a real big mistake, it's a lot easier, I think, to change that behavior. The smaller stuff that's like let's like as a husband, there's an awful lot of times that we apologize and we may or may not really feel that we were wrong. So those types of things, it's like there's two perspectives. So that's a little bit different. But yeah, like
that makes sense.
Say that there's an abusive person that suddenly sees the light and they feel true guilt. They get counseling, they go to therapy, they do what they need to get better. And they heal their relationship with their partner and they treat them with respect for the rest of their existence together.
That's an apology.
That would be a true apology.
Because, like husbands and wives, they always tell like little white lies or they do little, I don't know, there's habits you form as a person that you already have.
Right.
So if you apologize for something and then just keep doing it, it's like, well, why are you apologizing? You've said that before. Like for me, when I was drinking a lot, it was, I won't do that again. I won't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't do that again. I'm sorry. I won't.
Yeah.
Oh, I was drunk. Oh, I'm sorry. And it just kept happening and then happening and happening. And it's like, are you sorry though? Because you keep doing it. Right. So are you sorry or are you just saying that?
Right.
And so it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am, but obviously I must not care.
No.
Like I'm sorry, but I'm at the same time, it's like, I don't care. I don't know.
Like that
it's
Demi
like
Lovato song. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah. Like you're sorry. You feel sorry, but then at the same time, those habits that you just formed just come back subconsciously.
The
sometimes
remorse is true in the moment, but like you said, but then the behavioral pattern of going to get a drink, then it's a different mindset.
I'm sorry. A week later, that happens again.
Right.
Or 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later,
Same
it still
result.
happens. Yeah.
And then you feel truly remorseful again, committed to not doing that again.
Yep.
So it's not a lie, you mean it. But you're right, the behavioral pattern's not there.
Yeah.
To back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you, like, when I quit drinking, but like I can't even say I quit no more.
Well, that's okay though.
But
that's
now,
right.
but I'm not drinking like.
But you're being smart about it. And you have.
I think the last time I drank was probably when we helped David.
Yeah, that's the last time I remember having it.
Or maybe I don't know. Either way, it's not like I'm like out there having drinks daily or anything like that. It's like
It's okay to drink, here and there. But
I did tell Alicia I do want to try that stuff David made.
I did try that. I made that for my cousin and my wife, and they loved it.
Did you use pink lemonade?
I did.
Yeah.
The raspberry lemonade.
It doesn't matter. I think it would be whatever
That's
lemonade
the only
you
thing
want.
I can find there.
At Yolks?
Yeah, but it was very good. So, you take the frozen concentrate lemonade, and you take vodka, and you take ice chips, like ice.
How much water did you put in?
2 cans, because I figured the vodka and the ice would make the other can.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I think it is all. Isn't it just 2 cans normally?
I think it's 3.
So
well, whatever it is.
vodka, about almost the whole can.
Yeah.
And a little ice.
Well, it is funny because of the tanginess, you really can't taste the vodka. Like you'd have to put a lot in to be able to taste it, which is okay because most people don't like the flavor.
Well, vodka is actually like
a healthier.
Well, that it's one of the alcohols that it's supposedly you can't smell.
I can smell it.
Like on a breath, on people's breath.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I can see that because I watched an awful lot of interventions where people would down little mini bottles of
So when I was drinking a lot, like that's what I Googled that.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted to hide that I was drinking during the day. So I Googled what doesn't smell? How do you get rid of the smell? And then like vodkas would come up. But most of the time you ain't getting rid of that shit. That shit's seeping through your pores, fucking coming out your ass. It don't even matter.
You drink enough, it doesn't matter. Your behavior is gonna show.
Are you drunk? No, I'm not drunk. Why are you asleep still?
Why are your eyes crossed and glossy?
Why are you? Me, I'm a slur. I slur. I already have a hard time talking, but when I'm drunk, fuck, it's even worse. I'm like, it's not like a baby with the banana in his mouth or something. I think you can't talk right.
Yeah, it's nice to have a few drinks and then stop. Like the getting drunk and hungover and all that stuff.
Yeah. So when I was at our buddy's house, Bucket, we didn't drink like hard or anything, but like I hadn't drunk.
Yeah,
I hadn't drank.
And it was hot.
There goes those talking I'm telling you about. I hadn't drank in a long time, obviously almost 2 years, and so when I drank, like I didn't catch like a hard buzz or anything.
Yeah,
I was feeling good. I just know I woke up the next day as if I had drank. Like I had like a slight headache. I just was like, ugh, my stomach felt.
Just kind of felt that.
I was like, God, I don't miss this. Fuck, this sucks. Like, So I mean, I still drank, but I like actually drank less.
Sure.
But then, like you said, it was so hot that you just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can imagine it'd be pretty rough.
You drink 3 beers, and by the time you're done with the the 9th hole, you don't feel shit because you're so fucking dying. It's all sweated out, and you're thirsty as shit.
Yeah.
I got the hiccups. Sorry,
You're
people.
good.
I was hiccuping there. I don't know. I woke up with the hiccups. Probably I was excited, dude. I was so excited for my test results.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Can't believe I'm a Jewish Senegalian. That is crazy, bro.
wild.
I'm a Spanish Jew,
African
indigenous,
European indigenous person.
France. Well, which makes sense, the France thing, because when I was looking up the Senegal, their native tongue is actually French.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah, French colonized. Yeah.
Of course they did, those assholes. I'm sorry. On behalf of my people, I'm so sorry.
To my other people.
I'm sorry.
From my people to my other people, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
It was
no wonder I'm so fucked up. I beef with myself.
Who was French and a great grandmother that was Senegalan. You know that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe against her will. Hopefully not.
Most likely.
Hopefully not.
The way it is back in those days, 100%.
Yeah, that's sad.
I am a little disappointed that I wish I had a little Viking in me.
Sure.
But I'm too small for that, so it makes sense.
I think I had maybe some.
Wait.
Well, no, you might.
I'm Norway, bro.
Norway, so yeah.
Fuck, never mind. That explains my big muscles.
Yep.
And how I like to...
And your rage.
My rage. I am pretty ragey. I do got a little bit of rage in me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not against anybody. It's just stupid things.
Inanimate objects. As the Vikings were.
You stupid mouse. Smack. Oh, God. I better not do that. I almost hit stopped recording. Because when it stops, it stops.
Yeah. Instantly.
You guys won't notice, but it stopped on us when we were recording.
Yeah, halfway through. We'll see if you can notice. It'll probably be noticeable because our bodies will suddenly glitch.
Yeah, if you're watching.
Audio should be good, though. I'm pretty good at editing now. So.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Expert.
That's all I got.
On that note.
I got to go to Costco today.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
I know.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in another week. Have a great, early August, whatever, wherever we're at.
Get that school shopping in.
Yeah, get that done. If you're in Kennewick School District, you can go on the website and they'll have your information that you can just order right off of Amazon. They'll have an Amazon list ready for you that you can just go and...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I can just go for my 5th grade students?
I think if you... Yeah, I forget where the link is, but if you go to the KSD website, you can go right in, find your class list, click on it, and it takes you, I think, right to an order page on Amazon.
Ooh, I'm going to have to tell Alicia that one.
Yeah. So anyway.
Sick.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.